real important reason. We have to prepare ourselves so that He can take us in His eternal kingdom. So I will go in some details, not too much, just to explain some aspects I received this night in prayer for you. When I read Matthew 24, I'm still in this chapter, verse 4 and 5, I see that Jesus teaches, watch that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, claiming I am the Christ, and will deceive many. So why is Jesus giving us this sign? Well, I read just 2 hours ago from a wonderful minister from United States. She posted me an SMS that Christian city in Iraq is just possessed by the IS, and hundreds and hundreds of Christians get murdered through them. Just now, at this moment, when I'm here, hundreds and hundreds of Christians in Iraq, in Abacha, are murdered just now. And she asked me, Joyce Meyer is her name, please be so kind, wherever you are, pray that God help Christians stay strong in faith, even when this temptation coming over them. You know, we can honor Jesus Christ in this last time through faith and through success. But we can honor Jesus Christ as well as someone who stays strong in His promise, even when the evil things came over the life, still to that point where you lost your life. This is a strong faith. And Jesus was not sure when He's coming back if He finds such a strong faith under His believers. Like this lady praying the whole night and days, just so long until the lawyer helped her and lift her up. And so I want to encourage you, hold on in prayer. This is a good training before the second coming of Jesus Christ will happen. Let me see what this religion temptation bring to us, Christian, in the end time. Jesus told us they will make signs and wonders. You should know that we have 2 big churches in Europe. On the one side, the Catholic Church, and on the other side, the Protestant Church or Lutheran Church. These 2 churches are not very sensitive about spiritual gifts, signs, or wonders. They just have their service under a tradition way. There are, of course, some priests or colleagues I know very good. They break through in faith even to release signs and wonder in their ministry, but it's very, very seldom. And you know, I see that they are not so strong, the believers and that churches are not so strong in temptation than those believers who are in a congregation where signs and wonders are preached, very biblical. So what is the result of preaching signs and wonder and faith for signs and wonder and healing? What is the result under all the believers? They start to believe. But only believe with no result. You know, the faith needs a work. If there is coming no work, I see that those believers are very open to go to the airport and fly to United States, to a small city where revival is happening, or to other place just They want now not only believe that God is mighty to do signs and wonders, they only want to see that God do these things. So through this, those who really believe to the whole Bible, there is a temptation in this last time, because the devil, the prince of darkness, he knows he has, before Jesus comes back, not too much time. He will concentrate his power as much as he's able to do this, to impress the people over TV and internet and so on, to say, here is the power, here is your salvation, come, here is the Christus. But he is not the pro-Christus, he is the antichrist. He is the anti, not the pro, because he takes the people, after they receive signs and wonders, away from Jesus. And then you know what was happening or was moving in your life. So be careful in this time, especially when you believe for signs and wonders. This will be a temptation. This is the sign of Jesus. Verse 6, you will hear of and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will raise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in the various places. All these are the beginning of the birth pains. Then you will be handed over to be persecuted and put to death, and you will be hated by all nations because of me. In the moment, we have 45 wars on this planet. In this moment, 45 wars. Our United Nations was never so organized than in this time. Every leader from countries, government countries, they always say, I will stand for peace. I want peace. I don't want war. But isn't it unusual that in the time where so many politicians talks about peace, 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 there is no peace? Like Jesus promised, is no peace. It still goes forward, the war, as Jesus gave us as a sign before he will come back. And then we see that there's a special promise about Israel. So Israel for us is a sign before the second coming of Jesus will happen. I'm sure that Bishop Moshe gave you enough information about your standing on the side of Israel. So I will limit it just with a few thoughts. At first, there is no other folk or no other nation like Israel who has this past to come under the nations spread out, lost their country nearly 2,000 years. Every small people or every small nation normally will lose their identity. It's unique under all nations worldwide the last thousands of years that a nation like Israel coming back to that. But my father has always say, I have no time to dream. I sleep in the night. But then he has a dream. And he tells us the dream so clearly that I'll listen to this and know it up to now. I was in the bed sleeping. Suddenly there was a trumpet noise. Opened my eyes and saw the heaven is open, and I get lifted up through our house, our roof, in the air. And I saw thousands and thousands of people are lifted up with me to a strong white cloud with a strong glory bright shining. And so it was so peaceful, so joyful, but in the midst of this way, I stopped. Others go forward. I stopped. And I looked down. Why I'm stopping? I want to Jesus who wants me. And he looked down to his feet and saw a line. I don't know the word, please, interpreter. Ein Wollfahrt. No, I only want the you know, like this. No. What was this in? However, you know, you need something for prepare a thread. A thread. Okay, a thread. Yeah, my father, he was a leader in a big company working with thread and preparing clothes. Yes. And in his time as an unbeliever, he organized, he never would say steal, he organized some of this material in his privately home. And buying my mom a machine, preparing our clothes home. And so a lot of this material come as a stolen thing in our house. And now it was all brought together. It was bound on his feet. And he wants to Jesus because Jesus coming back and stops. So he looked down and saw this going down to the earth. In that moment, the dream was finished. And he wake up. He was hot. And he know that Jesus spoke to him in a serious way to clean his former lifestyle. So what he has done, the next day, it was a Sunday, go to church. In the afternoon, he's go to his desk and write down all material he can remember and find out how much he has to pay for this, plus the years where the money is going less. So he make a cover, put all the money in, and on Monday morning he goes to his boss, asking him, "Boss, please let me speak to you, only 2 minutes." So he enter his office and say, "Boss, you have all reason to say that this is my last day to work in your company because I am a thief. I take away of your material in my home in the last years, but the Lord, our heavenly God, shows me that I have to make it clear and ask for forgiveness and pay for this. And so I do all things here in this cover, embolize, and please take it." And the boss said, "What? I never thought you will do this. You are so friendly man. I can't believe it. Is this real or is this a joke?" Now my father starts to cry and say, "No, this is real. I had a dream." And so he gave his testimony. And the boss takes the envelope and the money, take him in the arm and say, "I will forgive you. I need such person. Please stay longer in my company." I ask myself why Jesus gave my father such a dream. Because he was 88 4 years ago where he's going with the Lord. So he was before dying, not realized the second coming as a living person. I know two things. A Christian has to live a holy lifestyle, and he has to concentrate to Jesus and his power of the Holy Spirit, that he help him to go in that way on the side of Jesus Christ. And I know a second thing. I know there will come a time when Jesus is coming back where you have no time to take everything in order. When you are in your bed, 88 years, weak, you can take a phone or can ask your pastor, please come. I have to confess some sins. I make mistakes. Please organize it that everything is on a green line before I go in heaven. There you have time. But who knows how you die? No one knows who he is dying. So live watchful in this time. Listen to the voice of the Holy Spirit and what he is talking, because he brings the love of Jesus again and again in your heart, and he wants to be close together. In the name of the Father, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. I bless you all. Let's stand up, please. And I want to ask the Bishop of Mercy to come and pray for all of us.
How many of us think that you have an express passage at the gate of heaven? Nobody will come to you with some records of things you need to go back to the earth and resolve. The worker in the factory had to go to do restitution. What about those who work in the church, who gave false figures? You spent 5,000 and you collected 7,000. You took part of the offering and you cannot account for what you used it to do. Do you have a record? Can you put them together? If he couldn't continue the journey to heaven, Jesus had to ask him